Welcome to the Casper St. James Show, wherever you may be. I am, as always, your host, Casper St. James, and today I thought we might reflect a little bit on the 2024 presidential election cycle. You know, every 4 years we're kind of thrust into this state of constant agitation, and I think regardless of whatever side of the political aisle you fall on, it's nice when it's all over to at least not be in that state of agitation, to not be in any wonder about what the future holds. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to flex a little bit, as the kids say, because I had no idea that yours truly was so coveted by these political parties. Not 2 days ago, I received this text from, and pardon the name dropping, from Nancy Pelosi, who says, "It's Nancy Pelosi. I know this election has been the fight of our lifetimes, but the fate of our democracy depends on what we do at this moment. And I am urging you to stay on the fight to win the House. I told you many House races in swing districts are still too close to call." Okay, so as of Monday evening, we learned via Decision Desk that the Republicans have maintained control of the House of Representatives. They also have a majority in the Senate. They claimed the executive branch with Donald Trump's re-election. And with Trump's 3 appointees during his first term, they also have a conservative majority in the Supreme Court. But again, I just wanted to take a moment to say I'm really flattered that Nancy Pelosi, and this isn't the only one. You know, a week earlier, I got one from Chuck Schumer. A week before that, I got one from the president-elect himself, Donald Trump. So I'm very flattered that these politicians are vying for my support. But just as a word of warning to any politician in the future, I do hearken back to a bygone era, you might say, of media where hosts like myself did not disclose their political affiliations in broadcast. You know, Michael Jordan, I think, puts it pretty well when he said that Republicans buy sneakers too, and I don't see any need to alienate half of an audience if I can avoid it. And more than that, I also was very curious about this realignment that we seem to be seeing between the two parties, because you know, I remember 20 years ago watching Stephen Colbert, you know, on the Colbert Report, and David Letterman on the Late Show, and I think Colbert was a lot funnier whenever he was doing this fictionalized version of himself, where he played a kind of GOP neocon sycophant than he is on the whatever this current iteration of the Late Show. But I remember, you know, the Bush administration was the source of constant attack by these kinds of shows. And so it was really troubling for me to see in this most recent election cycle the Democrat Party seemingly embracing with open arms these figures that they once lambasted, like Dick Cheney and his daughter Liz. Because I don't think Dick Cheney has really changed in the last 20 years. I think he's probably... I think he is every bit as much who he was in 2004 than he is in 2024. And then at the same time, we also have, while we have this leftward drift from these kind of establishment GOP figures, we also have this kind of rightward drift from populist left figures like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Now, I'm not saying that the kinds of ideas that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. espouses were ever particularly mainstream, but 20 years ago, you know, these kinds of ideas were really only found in left-wing circles, niche circles, mind you, but left circles nonetheless. And now they're really only found in right-wing circles. You know, I don't see too many people on the left really rallying against Monsanto and glyphosate and advocating for raw milk and things like that. These are things that really I only see in right-wing circles now, interestingly enough. So aside from the fact that I want to avoid being partisan as a media personality. I also I don't know what these two parties really stand for at the moment, because it does seem like there's a realignment, and we might not know for some time where they end up settling. But, as we all know, Donald Trump has reclaimed the presidency. He's the first president, the second president ever to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. The first being Grover Cleveland, who was elected in 1892 after losing in 1888 and having been elected in 1884, I believe were those years. So we'll see what the second Trump administration will show. But I also wanted to take a look at some news. I thought that might be fun. So I have NPR and I have NBC pulled up here. The polls underestimated Trump support. Again, here's why. Well, I have a feeling it's probably because Republicans are less likely to answer polls. I don't know. That's just my gut instinct there. Republicans choose John Thune as the next Senate Majority Leader. I know there was some controversy there. Mitch McConnell is going to be stepping down, and I know there was some controversy there. Who was going to replace him? Trump returns to Washington for the first time since he won the election, and we have Joe Biden welcoming him to the White House. I read a tweet yesterday. I don't know if there's any validity to it, but it kind of confirms what some people were suspecting, if it is true, and that's that Biden was kind of forced out, and he might have been a secret Trump supporter himself, which is kind of evidenced by the fact that he wore that MAGA hat at that one event about a month ago. Again, don't know if that's true. All speculation. Probably not true, in fact. But we also have Elon Musk here. Of course, Trump announced that he was going to be instituting the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, appropriately named with Elon Musk. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to be spearheading that new department, and they're going to attempt to slash government waste, extraneous departments, etc. Let's see. Experts testify at UFO hearing in Congress. I don't care. Pakistan's smog is visible from space. This activist is frustrated but won't give up. Okay. Well, the Alex Jones media empire hits the auction block today. Yeah, I've heard about that. I heard InfoWars is going to be auctioned off from the due to the aftermath of Jones's litigation. Let's see what NBC is up to. Republicans win the House. Yeah, well, we already knew that. Trump thanks Biden for smooth transition in White House meeting. All right. Well, I guess there's not really much news to talk about today. I really just wanted to again maybe boost my ego a little bit with that text from Nancy Pelosi. But as always, I am Casper St. James. Thank you for tuning in to the Casper St. James Show, and remember to tune in every Monday to Friday, 9 to noon. And we'll see you tomorrow.